Good morning. Today, I'll be talking about a case study here at ZANK & Co. This was a commercial loan we provided in Bangor, New South Wales. The date of this recording is the 16th of May, 2019. I must state that this recording is for educational purposes only and is not to be used as financial advice. By way of introduction, at ZANK we are a wholesale management fund firm, and for our pool mortgage fund, we provide investors with a predictable and stable return through investing in first and second mortgages within Australia. Our main areas of investment are Sydney, Melbourne, and Queensland. In this video, we will discuss a case study where a client was seeking funding to purchase and settle a property in Bangor. We will firstly provide a loan summary, which will provide a brief introduction to the loan. We will then talk about the due diligence specifically regarding the property and location risk. Lastly, we will discuss the risk control that ZANK looks at to mitigate any potential issues, looking primarily at the developer's background and the proposed exit strategy. As you can see, the subject property type is vacant land situated in Bangor, New South Wales. The fund will hold a first mortgage of the subject property with a loan-to-value ratio of 65.7% of the purchase price of the subject property, which is supported by an independent valuation. Normally, a leverage of 60% is our comfortable level of investment in vacant land. This deal, however, was provided by a long-trusted broker, and the purchase of reliability to service the loan has been supported by our due diligence overview, which will be discussed later. Funds from the loan facility will be used for settlement of the securitized property. The proposed plan for the property will be to utilize it for future development for the construction of townhouses. Usually, our loans are between 6 to 12 months, with the opportunity to roll over. The maximum term we have is 24 months, which this loan has taken. Our interest rates for this loan is 12%, with a default rate of 18%. Let us look at the property type risk. The property is vacant land and has a consolidated area of 6,000 square meters, which at the moment consists of rugged bushland. There is existing residential development surrounding the area, and the Bangor bypass remains close by. No development approval is currently in place, although a development application with Sutherland Shire Council is currently under consideration to provide a 5-lot subdivision. The proposed lots vary between 700 and 1,000 square meters, with a private roadway to be held under community association. The land is zoned R2 for low-density residential, and the proposed subdivision conforms with the requirements of the council. The development will provide electricity, water, sewer, gas, telephone, curbing, guttering, and sealed road to the site. We believe that, due to the location of property in an already mature residential area, and with access to the bypass, it presents an attractive property site. It is appropriately zoned for residential development, which is essential in our consideration. Let us now look at the suburb Bangor itself. Bangor is a suburb located in Sutherland Shire Council local government in New South Wales. Bangor has a population of 5,620 residents, where the median price for houses is 1.1 million, and the median price for units, roughly 840,000. House prices in Bangor have grown by 12% in the past 3 years. Unit prices, similarly, have grown by 13% in the past 3 years. Bangor is in the top 40% of suburbs in Australia, with an average of days on the market of 54 days. The property is within close vicinity to multiple schools, such as Aquinas Catholic College, Holy Family Primary School, Inobura School, and more, making a family-focused area with more people in a professional occupation and with 91% of homes in Bangor being owner-occupied. To regulate the risks, we control leverage. Apart from that, we look at the background of the borrower as well as the proposed exit strategy in the case of default. Firstly, we will look at key management. The borrower is an experienced real estate agent who has engaged in multiple property managements before this. He has his own real estate firm and has pulled together multiple silent shareholders to purchase his property for development purposes. Though this is his first development project, he is well experienced in the property industry. We believe that this has assisted in his choice of purchasing the subject property, and the borrower is willing to act as guarantor and has multiple investment properties, as well as a company which provides healthy cash flow. Thus, we do not believe there is a serviceability issue. Secondly, looking at exit strategy, the property will be sold or a loan facility to be refinanced. Due to the low LVR, we believe this to be an appropriate exit strategy. So, here we can see the risk analysis rating that ZANK has used. Firstly, looking at sponsor risk, we believe it to be low due to the borrower being in Australia, the guarantor being an Australian citizen with multiple properties in Australia. Serviceability risk presents to be low as well due to the guarantor having a healthy business that can service the loan. The location is within Greater Sydney. The gearing risk is below 70%, however above 60%, which would be in our preferred level of LVR. The exit strategy is to sell the properties or to refinance, and the ranking risk is a first mortgage over the settlement property. We have deemed this analysis to have a rating of 2.3. With a low LVR, there is little risk we see with this project, considering the experience of the borrowers in the industry, as well as his serviceability and his multiple investment properties as backup. This concludes our analysis of Bangor properties that we funded this year. Thank you for listening.
视频到这里就结束了。如果您喜欢我们的视频，欢迎订阅我们的微信公众号。如果您有任何问题，欢迎咨询我们的微信服务号。如果您感兴趣成为 ZANK 会员并享受会员福利，欢迎下载我们的手机 APP。我们下期再见。